Hello, everybody. Intuition here. Thank you, as always, for making time and space for us. Today, now more than ever, we hear a cry, a scream, a yell, an enraged individual on the side of the street saying, "We want change, and we want change now. We're sick and tired of it. Damn it all to hell. We're over it." Whether it's politics or the ecosystem or the climate or social predicaments or the laws being raised or vetoed. Everybody wants change. Everybody's demanding change. Everybody is screaming their head off, but has no idea how to actually go about eliciting the change that everybody says that they are so desiring of. And we encourage all changes. If there is something that is encouraging you, that is moving within you so rapidly, that is eliciting such a reactive response in which you feel the need to say, we have to change this right now, then assalamu alaikum. You do it. You do it now, or forever hold your peace. However, it is funny, this idea, that you feel the need to elicit a change outside of yourself when many of you are not looking at the changes that desperately are screaming for your attention inside of yourself. And the others, the ones that are in a position of control, are also laughing at you, screaming from the sidewalk saying that we want change, because that is sometimes that can elicit a change. But really, and what we're going to say is very cliche, and we know you're going to hate it. We hate having to say it, but it holds absolute truth, and we will tell you why in a second. But if you want anything to change, you have to change yourself first. Because what the hell do you think that you can change if you can't even change yourself, if you can't even change your own tire when it goes flat, when you can't even change your diet that you're screaming at yourself to change, when you can't even change the drinking pattern that you're in, when you can't even curb your shopping addiction, how are you going to go about doing all of those things that you adamantly say you want to change within the society, within the structure of the climate, within the structure of politics, when you are not even changing the things that are desperately seeking and needing your attention within your own body, within your own societal circle, within your own knowing of yourself? Well, how do we do it then? All this talk from you, intuition, how the hell do you do it? And it's a lot easier than you would think. The first thing that you would have to change in order to elicit change, and this is, again, going to sound very strange, but the first thing that you must change, it's not you sitting and meditating on a hill. It is not you doing some crazy yoga positions for 50 years. It is not you doing any of those things. It is as simple as you listening to the voices going on within your head. What the hell is going on in there? It is as simple as that. Who's speaking right now? As simple as that. And you would say, well, what the hell are you talking about? I'm speaking right now. It's all of my voices inside of my head. Because we all have an inner dialogue. All of us. We all are sitting and talking to ourselves all day long. We have to do this. We have to do that. Did I run into the store today? I look silly in this dress. You know, this shirt doesn't fit me as well as it used to. Ba 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 ba. And that voice is the main thing that is getting in the way of any changes that can ever happen within you as well as within the world, because you have to change yourself before you change the world. Truly, honestly, literally, it doesn't work any other way, because then that's a half-assed, disingenuous change. You see many of these politicians, yes, speaking, whatever way you go, whatever politicking way that most calls to you, for many of us, we see these politicians and we say, yes, we agree with all the things that you say, but then we take a look at what it is that they are doing within their own lives. And we say, well, that doesn't really match up. That doesn't really make sense. They say that they're for this, that, the other, but then in their own lives, they're doing very strange things if they say that they're for this, that, the other. And so then therefore, how can that politician really make the changes in which they speak of if they cannot even change the craziness that is happening within themselves? How would they have the answer when they don't even have the answer for themselves? And the same for you. How will you know how to elicit the change that it is that you are seeking on the outside when you are not even starting on the inside? It is not easier to change the world if you cannot even change within yourself. You are the world, and not that crazy song that came out in the 70s or 80s or 90s, whenever it came out. You are the world, meaning you are your own universe. You are the one. And it is when you understand you are the one within your own universe that can elicit the change within yourself, that then therefore elicits a change in all the things that you do. Then you can elicit a change in the world. And that starts with you hearing what the hell is going on inside of your own head. It starts with your belief system. It starts with you taking a look at what it is that you are understanding to be true about yourself. And let me tell you something. All of your beliefs, every single one of them, you could take them and put them right back where they belong, where the sun does not shine. Because that is exactly where your beliefs come from. Your asshole. Yes? Are you listening? It's very strange what it is that I'm saying today, but we promise it's getting somewhere. All of your beliefs come from your asshole, and it's not even you, the asshole that made the belief. It is a different asshole. And the asshole is the personality construct. The personality construct that is based in the past, that is informing you of your beliefs. You know, your belief system. I don't know if you heard what it is that I said. Your belief system. System. What is a system? Usually, if anything is described as a system, it is a system of oppression. Otherwise, why would you use the word system? You remember that song? You remember that thing that people always say, fight the power? And what is that referring to? It's fighting to a system of oppression enforced by people that you believe have an authority over you. And the personality you have allowed to have an authority over you. It is a system of beliefs. It is not a system of knowing. It is not even based in knowing. Beliefs are different from knowing. Don't you know? Beliefs are different from knowing because you know what you know, but you have to believe what it is that you want to believe. You know that you're here right now. You don't have to keep on looking in the mirror. But if you only believed that you're here right now, you'd be rushing to the mirror every 2 seconds to make sure that you're still alive, touching your face, pulling on your hair, picking your nose, just making sure that it's all still there, making sure that you're really real and didn't fall apart in the last 2 seconds when you didn't look in the mirror. So when you start listening to some of those voices that are going on within your head, you start seeing these things that are based from the personality, and the personality only holds itself together through that of a belief system and not a knowingness. Your beliefs come from the personality, and your knowingness comes from you. You know. Your knowingness comes from your present day you, not an image of the past, which it is the personality construct is trying to hold you in. Your personality is based on the images of the past, what it is that you did in the past, the people that hurt you in the past. It keeps you in a state of fear. It keeps you in a state of keep on bringing up those scary, hairy images, your worst nightmares, like a hit list playing over and over in your head. That is the personality. That is the power. That is the system of beliefs that are being held over you. And if you can't change that, then good luck changing the world, because you are your own world. So you start with your world, and then maybe you could start touching into other people's worlds. But if you can't even keep your hands in your own cookie jar because it's too hot, because it's too scary, because a system of beliefs keeps on pushing it away, then what makes you think that you could stick your hand in other people's candy jars and actually get anywhere? So look at what it is the system of oppression that is your beliefs that are holding you stuck in a certain paradigm that does not allow you to even move forward, look at those things first, because that is a system of control. And who put those beliefs there? Is it you? Is it your personality? Is it society? Is it the politics? Is it this? Is it that? You sure won't know if you just keep on blindly following it. But once you clear up some of those voices in your head, it becomes a lot clearer how you can elicit change outside of yourself. But when you have 10 different voices going on, screaming, 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 yelling, yelling, yelling for your attention, you know, your actual voice that's based in knowing, and the personality's voice based in the past, when you have all that going on, and how will you elicit any kind of change? How will you know the right changes, the right ways in order to move so that a change can actually take place? You won't unless you listen to what it is that's going on inside of your own head, take note, realize, well, why would I ever say something that crazy to myself? Why would I ever say that I'm a piece of shit? Why would I ever say that I'm ugly? Why would I ever say that I look fat in this dress? Why would I ever say that I gained too much weight and therefore I can't wear this nice dress shirt? Why would I ever say those things? That cannot be me. What is that based in? That's not based in a knowing. That's based in a belief. That's based in an idea that I am not worthy. And that idea needs to be reinforced so that then therefore it becomes a belief. And then therefore you have to keep on reaffirming that and validating that in order for it to exist, which takes up a lot of your time and energy and effort. And that becomes a system of oppression because that is taking all of your time and all of your energy and all of your strength just to keep that crazy belief notion going that you are not enough, that you are not worthy. So fight the power. Fight it within yourself first before you can even have a glimmer of hope to actually fight the power outside of yourself and get anywhere. If you really wish to elicit that change, if you really know that is your calling, then go on. Move into that calling, but not first without looking into what it is that's calling your attention over your own knowing, because that gets us in all kinds of trouble. That takes us farther away from what it is that we know. And then therefore, that's why the others, the individuals that are given all of this power over us, get to keep on staying in power because we are so delusional within what it is that we think we can do when we cannot do anything if we haven't addressed the biggest problem in the room. And that is within ourselves and our own belief system that is holding us back. But when we move that out of the way, that is when the others will be very afraid, because we can actually do something, a well-rounded approach based in a knowing, not based in a scatterbrained idea where our energy is chaotic everywhere, this way, that way, and we cannot actually move forward in a clear, congruent direction because we are too busy giving life to a voice that doesn't really even exist, giving life to a personality construct that is keeping us in the past, that is trying to tell us that we're ugly, that we're fat, that we're not worthy. That's why our parents abandon us. That's why nobody will love me ever again. With that voice going on, how can you ever elicit the change in which you wish to see in the world? So, we invite you to process what it is that we said, because we know that what it is that we shared is upsetting for many of you, if not completely enraging for most. And we understand to some degree how what it is that we're saying can be very frustrating and upsetting, because we're saying no more excuses in a way for you to look at something else and put your attention into, and therefore think that that is going to make you happy, right? If I'm able to change these laws and bylaws, then I'll finally be happy. And I'll finally find that joy. But more than likely not. You'll just find a temporary peace and then move on to the next thing that you feel like needs desperately changing, because you're still not addressing the root cause of the issue, and that therefore is the personality that is keeping you stuck. So, as always, we thank you for making time and space for us. We wish you well in hearing all of those voices that are demanding your attention. And we know that eventually, even if this doesn't make sense, even if you're pissed hearing us say the things that we're saying, eventually it all makes sense because you will inherently get tired of hearing that personality taking up way too much space and getting in the way of what it is that you know is necessary to elicit the change within yourself and in the world that you so desperately want to see change. As always, we wish you well. Thank you.